So now that we've talked about constructors and we said there are special methods that we use to create objects, how can we differentiate one object from the other? Remember the example of creating different houses from one blueprint. How can we really refer to one house? How can we say this is this house, this is that house? This is where we talk about reference variables. In this example of a house, we saw this white house, we saw this other house, and we built three different objects, right? Using that one template or one blueprint. But let's say we can call this white house, we call this yellow house, we call this green house. We can't do this in Java. And so the way we write it in Java is by saying white house, yellow house, green house. Notice that there's no space in between. And this is how we write it if we were to write these variable names in Java. And this is what we know as camel case, where we have the first letter as in lowercase and the subsequent words capitalized. Now, one question we want to ask ourselves is, from what class did we build these objects? And so we remember that we built this object from the house class. And remember, again, class is just a template, but that's what we used to build these actual objects. And so we can say the house is white house, house, yellow house, house, green house. And so you think of it like saying we built this white house from house. Or we can also say this is house, which is a template. And so the house you see in front of this is referring to the name of the class. And so let's drill further into this. We have house, white house, house, yellow house, house, green house. Now, when we do this, we're saying the variable white house, yellow house, green house, all of them are created at this point. But they are not referring to any object in memory. Now I'm beginning to chip in some computing terminologies. In memory, what does that even mean? And we'll take a look at this later on. But for now, just know that when we say house, white house, what we have there is a reference variable. And so we have a reference variable white house, yellow house, green house that is created for us, but does not yet point to any object in memory. And so at this point, white house, yellow house, and green house, they are all null references. And even though they are referring or they are meant to refer to an object in memory, but at this point, they are not referring to anything. And so we say they are null references. And this, to even drill further, would be to say house, white house. Remember how we said we create, we construct, right? And we say new house, new house, new house. All we're doing here is that we're saying now that we have this house, white house. White house is the variable name. House here is the name of the class. All of these, this white house, the yellow house, the green house, all of these are called reference variables. And so how do we define reference variables really? We just say that reference variables are variables that hold the memory address of an object. They do not hold the object, and they do not even refer to the object directly. They refer to the memory address of an object. And we will take a look at this, and hopefully you get to understand from the illustrations that I'll give you. And this is reference variables. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.